We live. What's good, guys? How's everybody doing tonight?
Evening.
I've just been playing Warframe all day, so
Nice, nice. Are you going for anything specific?
I just got my character built for Ilons, but other than that, I just been speed leveling my shit.
Righteous.
In terms of speed leveling, I've leveled up I think like maybe 10 to 15 weapons today.
Nice. Are you just going for what is that called? The overall master rank, yeah.
I'm trying to get my master rank higher, and it's really easy to level up because I just hop into ESOs, and I got my Volt build basically where all I do is press forward and everything in the room dies, and it gets me a shit ton of XP. So that's how I've been leveling up weapons so quickly. So I can level up by like the 8th run on ESO, I can have a weapon maxed out, and I max out like 3 weapons each run.
Nice. Man, I've almost run out of weapons to master.
Yeah. I gotta start crafting again.
Right?
The only thing it's a bit difficult is leveling up Warframes, because you can't take a level 0 Warframe into ESO.
That's true.
What is ESL? Is that the PvP?
Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. It's just like a Horde mode-esque thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, level 30 to 50 guys, I think.
There's a little 20 to 30 base that goes, I think, to level 50. And a level 70 to 80 that goes to like 100, 150 enemies.
Jesus. And Joe, you've been cramming on the Warcraft?
Oh God, I can't believe it. I just can't believe it, my friends. I hope this doesn't get back to them, but they're idiots. I just have to roll with it. I'm always.
What, do you not like Battle of Azeroth?
There are definitely things I like about it. It's more of the whole Warcraft package as a whole is what I don't like about it. Yeah, and you know, I want to PvP, I want to play with my friends, but goddamn, I don't want to grind. I just don't want to do it.
Well, yeah, it's tough shit for you, I guess, because you're gonna have to.
Yep. I don't want to have to come home from work and log into work again. You know what I'm saying? And when I picked my class to play, I picked the to level up a Demon Hunter so I could catch up quicker since they start at level 99 or something like that. And it turns out that they're one of the weakest classes in the game, so now I really have my work cut out for me.
So you kind of screwed yourself over.
Yep, taking the shortcuts. Isn't that a life lesson, you know? Don't take the shortcuts because you're always just gonna...
Can't you start a regular character off at 80, though?
No.
Because when I... Oh. There was a...
That would be interesting.
There was a free week or something when I tried it out just for shits and giggles.
Oh, yes.
And so I didn't like reactivate my account because I didn't pay for a month or anything. But they
let you go for a little bit.
Yeah, and they let me start off with the level 80 character.
Yeah, they do that from time to time, but not right now.
Ah, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Although, is it still to where if you have a max level character, you can start another character at a certain level?
Nope.
Damn.
Your options are you can buy a character level. You can start a heroic class like a Death Knight or a Demon Hunter. And when you buy Battle for Azeroth, they give you a free 110, which I have not used yet. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what I should use it on. Trying to be precise.
That's my thing, because I want to try and get into World of Warcraft, but the thing is, I'm not sure if I will like the isometrical camera. I don't want to have to, like, because don't you have to pay subscriptions and get the expansions again to WoW?
Yep. It'd be $75 total to try it out. That doesn't seem good.
I do want to try it out, but the problem is the idea that I have to spend $75 to try out a game is kind of absurd.
And they have their own tryout mode where it's like, hey, try it out, but it doesn't really show you anything about what the game is going to be like.
Well, no,
It
because you
just
start
walks
off at
you-
like the beginning, right?
They have a trial mode where you play a level 100 class, but still, it's like you're not going to be in a group that is
It's
raiding.
not going to be experienced.
or-
Why would they try
Yeah.
out the game when they give you a character already at end game? You know what I mean?
It's kind of it's the worst of both worlds. It's not quite end game because you're not going to be doing high arenas, you're not going to be doing high rated battlegrounds, and you're not going to be leveling at all. It's kind of just you just plop around for a little bit, and hopefully they give you, or hopefully you give them their money. I guess is the thought there.
Well, to be fair, most people do give them their money.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if I could get into the isometrical view though. That's my thing. I'm not sure if I could get into it.
I mean, you
That's why I'm-
get kind of used to it. You can set it up just like Warframe.
Right. But won't it be like a disadvantage if I have it not isometrical? At least that's what I hear from some people.
How much? I mean, the way I had it set up was ASWD would be forward, back, strafe, left, and right. And then you can hold down the right mouse button and drag the mouse, and it's free look, just like if it was regular mouse look. So it ends up playing just like any other third person, as you just have to hold down
Set it that way.
you just have to hold, well, the only thing you set is A and D, because normally those are turn left and right, but other than that, except for holding the mouse button down, it plays just like I played it just like a regular third person action game. So
I got one up on you, man. I unbound my back button so I could have room for more hotkeys.
I didn't even what, like 1, 2, 3 all the way. Oh, back is in the mouse back.
No, back is an S. I took off S to be back.
Oh Jesus.
You don't need to walk backwards. Screw that shit. That's my button.
God. What do you use for skill keys?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or not even up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, QERT, SFG, ZXC. I got Control ZXC, Shift ZXC, because I have arena targeting macros. So it's like if I want to stun someone really quickly, I just hit the stun target 3 and it'll blast them and then go back to who I was attacking, right? So I got all sorts of those kinds of things going on for 3v3s.
Oh man, because I had QER, T, FG, CV, shift and control, all of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, shift, or maybe up to 5. I can't remember. Shift and control, all of those. Middle mouse button was because I'm on my rogue, so middle mouse button was vanish. Shift middle mouse button was a macro for a blind at current mouse over, not target. So I didn't have to drop target. I could just mouse over a guy, shift middle mouse button, and that would blind him. Shift space was stealth and unstealth, and that would also hit my weapon swap macro. I had some cool shit going.
Mouse overs is difficult for me. I don't find myself to be too accurate with my mouse in not just World of Warcraft, but any type of game. I'm not too good at that, so that one's a tough one for me.
Yeah, I had some tricks going in that game. And that's the thing when I was playing it too, because when I did the trial again, I was like, fuck man, I'm gonna have to redo all my fucking key bindings. I'm gonna have to figure out all my fucking macros, because they change the macros at least 1 or 2 little things every fucking patch. So the cumulative, I'd have to relearn the entire macro system all over again. Yeah, it was just not worth it for me. But you got friends, so I guess you got sucked in.
Yep. You would
how's
love
the expansion itself, though? Because I see a lot of people playing it and loving it so far. A new expansion.
Okay, so there's some good the quest areas and the way that there's 2 islands. There's an Alliance Island and a Horde Island, and then you invade the other one from time to time. People are really liking that. The way they've done items and shit is really weird, and people are not liking that. You get this amulet that levels up with you, and as you power it up with quest rewards, you unlock different abilities. So what they've done is they've taken the base classes and pruned them down. That's the word they use. They call it pruning. And they took off several options, and instead those options are in this item that levels up with you. And people don't like that. But as a whole,
So
I guess it is...
specs and shit?
Yeah, like some powers that you used to have baseline became talents, and then some talents that you used to have became part of this item. So people have mixed feelings on it, to say the least.
Interesting. That is kind of like, did they make up a new slot for that, or does that take like your next slot?
It takes your next slot.
Jesus. I guess if the stats are okay, I guess that's no big deal.
Oh yeah, stats? You mean all three of them?
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's 3 main stats and 4 secondary stats now. So all the item gear is all really simplified. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's wow.
Streamlining. Yep.
Bullshit.
Streamlined this game to where it's like a single drop in the creek. But
seriously, I used to love fucking, oh my god, stacking agility and crit, and fucking you could use gems and shit to fucking customize equipment and stuff, and that was great shit. How many?
Go
ahead.
There's still some things going on like that. It's kind of the same, and it kind of looks different. Like leather armor. I'm sorry, could be worn by rogues, druids, or demon hunters. So
why did that take an update to get leather armor, basically?
Why did it take an update?
Or a DLC, basically, to get leather armor for
no. Leather could already be used by rogues and druids.
And the druids,
but now there's demon hunters.
And so, but it's like druids want intelligence and rogues want agility. So now the item comes with both stats, and one is turned off, right?
Okay.
So it's basically the same. It just looks really weird.
That is really weird.
It makes, quest rewards simpler and stuff like that.
Well, see, that's what... Okay. Because this is what got me with the changeover between Burning Crusade and Frozen... God, I always want to say Frozen Throne. Wrath of the Lich King, right? Because Burning Crusade, rogues were great, and there was plenty of good equipment for them. And it wasn't too difficult to find. You could battleground quest for decent PvP gear, except for, I can't remember if there were any weapons or not, but there were good purple weapons you could get without having to do a 60-man raid or some shit like that. So you could outfit a rogue decently without having to pull fucking months and months of raiding and shit. With fucking Wrath of the Lich King, man, I spent months at level 80 or whatever the fuck it was with nothing but a blue sword, because there were every other sword that you could get, either blue or purple, that wasn't either an arena prize, and it's top level arena prize, so you're not getting that unless you've got a good fucking arena team, which you're not going to get into unless you've already got fairly decent equipment, or one of the fucking big ass raids. All the rest of the swords were meant for like strength warriors and shit. There was not one purple sword that you could get outside of raid or arena that was for a rogue, that had, high, that was a slow weapon, so you had high damage numbers and had like at least some agility, or it wasn't just like strength and defense or whatever the fuck they kept putting on warrior weapons.
Yeah, part of the streamlining solved that problem. There's not even a lot of options like that anymore.
And that's the thing, like if they had done that back then, like that would have been a great fucking idea. Like have it be, it was, the sword and all blah blah blah, and it could be either you get 22 agility or 22 strength. It's like, there you go, perfect. Either a warrior or a rogue can pick that sword up and use it. God. Wow. At least they've done it now.
I guess took them long enough. Too little, too late, I guess, for you. Because did you stop playing WoW?
Oh, I've been done for years, bruh. Since Wrath of the Lich King, I quit, man.
And in BFA, rogues are like the fucking top of the.
Of course they are. Of course they are. You just try to tempt me back in, you motherfucker.
Is Guild Wars 2 a free-to-play MMO, or is that like a pay-to-get-in one as well?
You have to pay to get in, but there's no monthly.
Okay.
As far as I know, unless they changed it, which I don't think they have. But at least when it started, both Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2, you just bought the game and then the multiplayer was free.
You are correct.
It's still limited boost right now.
Yeah, and I hear it's a good game too.
Yeah, I never got into Guild Wars.
I want to try one of these MMOs, but the big problem is it's rather pay a big upfront cost or pay a big upfront cost plus a monthly subscription for a game I may not like potentially.
Well, there's Terra. You could always play the Weeb waifu game.
Yeah, Korean MMOs. No, thank you.
I hear it's pretty good. I have it on my computer.
Which I hate now because I hear about a lot is Black Desert Online. I fucking hate that one.
Do you really?
I don't like it at all. My friends,
wow.
And I have people who tell me that like if you're inactive, like if you stop playing for a day, you get booted from most guilds.
That's why I don't play with guilds. So I don't give a shit about that. But really though, I really liked it because the attacking and shit, like the combat was just so well done. Not the best, but definitely well done. Like the martial arts that you could do and shit, like chaining combos together and stuff. I really like the way they did that.
Oh, maybe it's because someone I've talked to. Because the people I talked to, this guy was like, he said he was an ex like Black Desert Online player, and he just said there's so much bullshit involved with it now. Black Desert Online, especially.
Maybe. I mean, I can see the thing about it. Definitely, if you want. Well, okay, because see, that's the thing. I've always been a PvP player. I don't give two shits about raiding. I don't care about PvE except for getting equipment to do PvP with. And the only guilds I join are laid back as fuck. Nobody gives a shit if you miss anything, and they really don't do all much except for, just party quests and shit like that. So I don't care about getting booted from a guild because I wasn't there for a raid or some shit like that. But I could understand if you like to do high level raiding or if you're trying to get high level raiding for good gear so you can do other shit.
Also, I heard
that would be a bitch.
He told me like it's a super intensely hard game to really get into. Like he said to get to like end game levels where people are at right now, he said you have to put 1,000 hours basically into it to get to even where the end game is closely.
I ain't about that.
I could see that because like WoW's system for
and
like
WoW, I don't think
jobs
require me 1K hours to basically get into the end.
Oh
game.
no, sure, no, but like beyond just like getting to top level, because that's just the bare minimum, right? There's also like
that's not that bare minimum. The Black Desert is not the part that takes so long. It's like
no, I know,
stats and all that.
I know, but I mean, the jobs. What the fuck do they call those?
Professions.
Professions, yeah, like. WoW's profession system is pretty simple. Black Desert Online, like, just looking at it made my head hurt. And that was.
I don't want to sound like a casual by saying, it just seems way too complicated to get into, because I don't want to say that. You know what I mean?
But you are saying that, so whatever.
Kinda, but it's like I play other games that are complicated, but it's like Black Desert. I try, and it's like my brain's like, what's happening here?
I definitely dropped it. Mostly because it looked like it would be too much of a pain in the ass to go into seriously. It would be a complete time suck. Whereas something like Warframe, I've got 2 fully maxed out, well, not fully, but 2 damn near maxed out Warframes with some damn good weapons that I can hop into just about any of the level 40 to 60 shit and wreck. And I don't have to spend all day playing that shit just to do it, So
yeah, maybe I don't know, because I like how Warframe does it better at how you get into endgame comparatively to the Black Desert.
Well, it's a way different game though. You gotta think like a true massively multiplayer game is quite different from an instance game. you know, you can't have the same kind of mechanics going on in an instance game when there's only 4 people and it's always, I mean, there is player versus player, but nobody does it, so might
Yeah,
as well
what's
not
up
They
with
matter.
that?
they never really got PvP right, unfortunately, Warframe. And I don't want
I
to say
think
unfortunately because
it's because of the balance, right?
yeah, and it's just because the way the game's designed, how everything's built, how the mod system is, it just doesn't PvP just doesn't work.
No, because here's the thing, right? Like, as much as I love Ash and I love playing Ash and it's super fucking fun teleporting around and fucking people up, like, I just cannot compare to something like Frost or somebody like that who's stacked ridiculous amounts of not spell but skill or whatever you want to call it damage, when they can just fucking hit one skill and wipe everybody that's within, you know, screen distance.
And with my build, with my frost build, all I do is press 4 and I destroy everything
Yeah.
in existence.
Yeah, like Excalibur, Ash, any of the, you know, probably even like Rhino and shit, like any of those kind of frames, they just can't compete with that kind of stuff. So if you try to balance that kind of system in PvP, would be almost a nightmare. They'd
That's
probably have to
Warframe.
they'd probably have to either ban mods completely, like several of them, or put hard caps on certain stats no matter what your mods said. Like, you can only get so much skill damage and you can only get so much, you know, health plus, and you can only get so much energy plus and shit like that.
That's why I don't think Warframe will ever really have a PvP system that like how some MMOs manage to have like a good PvP.
It's one of the reasons why I loved WoW. It as badly as it was not optimized, balanced, it was still fun playing PvP for the most part, except for fucking Ret Paladins.
Oh God.
Joey knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
I never hung my head on it. I just
Fucking
kept my head down and played.
bind 2 skills to every other key on the keyboard. They can just roll their face on it and kill everybody.
They were definitely the face roll class. Now it's like, yeah, you kind of have to expect it. That's why I'm kind of not. I was worried about playing this Demon Hunter. I'm like, oh, maybe I should level up something else. But then I realized they're just gonna buff it eventually, right?
Well, yeah, it's flavor. That's how Blizzard does it too. They're doing the same thing with Overwatch, bro. The same. They're making the same mistakes. They cannot balance a game.
Support another.
I mean, I've been playing Overwatch recently. I've kind of been having a decent amount of fun with it. I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't played the game in like I think maybe a year or a month, like or 4 months.
I mean, I'm sure it's still fun, but if you want to play it serious, like there's just. I would not be able. I'd be way too infuriated to try and play it seriously, which would.
Also, I'm no longer banned off competitive anymore. I'm actually able to go into the competitive playlist.
Oh, lucky you.
Nice.
But the big problem with Overwatch competitive is I got the shaft so hard at the beginning in terms of my stats that I don't think I can. It's one of those things with the PvP system I don't like, where it's just like it's at the point where it's like you can't recover if you fuck up at the beginning.
Well, and worse too is when every season starts, the it's not skill level, but the number. What's your competitive score?
I think your SR is called.
SR. Yeah, thank you. Your SR that you get placed into after your placement matches isn't actually based on your placement matches. It's mostly based on what your SR was from the last season. So like me,
and it's sort of like an infinite loop because I'm not that good at Overwatch, and I'm not that good at PvP games generally. There's some I'm good at, and some I'm not. You know what I mean? It's kind of like an individual basis with games. And Overwatch, I never really played a game like Overwatch ever in my life. So when I played it for the first time, it was like sort of like a foreign concept to me. Like, whoa. And then I kind of got the shaft when I tried playing competitive. When I got finally ranked 25 and played competitive because I didn't know how I do like the stacks and shit. You know, teams like how team play is supposed to be.
Man,
so I got the shaft at the beginning, and now no matter how hard I try, I'm still in my rank and I can't go up or down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Gold hell.
I'm in silver hell.
Same shit. It doesn't matter. Below diamond, anything but even diamond sucks. But anything below diamond, and it's just yeah. Silver, gold, platinum, diamond. Yeah.
I feel like it just makes because there's a lot of competitive players that just says, "Oh, you just have to get better at it." But the thing is, there's people who play like competitive for months and then still stay in the same rank.
Oh, dude, oh man, first fucking season, right? I placed mid diamond, and then I could play. You could play like I would play all night with a group of like 3 or 4 players, so not a complete full stack, but pretty close, and we'd win like 95% of our games. I'd get like 10 wins in a row, and I'd climb all the way up to just being shy of Masters or whatever. And then fucking one loss would put me back all those 10 or 20 matches that I did. And stupid shit like that.
That's
And
the one thing about it also. It's just it feels like it's such a
it's a slog. Yeah. And it was like, okay, so if you really want to do that, you got to get a full stick stack. You got to practice because yeah, it was just a big pain in the ass. And it wasn't even anything.
Not necessarily get rid of the fact that it still kind of has your skill relatively from last season's, because if they take that away, when you go like you can be like let's say like a silver player and go up against like a top 500 player in your placement and get stomped. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
they try to sort it by skill, but yeah, it doesn't always happen. For sure, it doesn't always happen, and it's really hard.
Maybe for the beginning of the season, like in placements, you should get a boost. Like let's say if you're a silver and you just go on an ass kicking spree and you like win 9 to 8 of your placements, give them like a boost in their rank, like make them like a gold or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they should redo the placement system a little bit, but
it has been said in the past that no ranked system should have a adjustment at all, for the reason of, all right, when you are playing League and you are just starting out, right, or Overwatch, or it doesn't matter what you're playing, but any sort of especially team-based game, and you're just starting out, you're not really playing fucking League. You're running around with your thumb in your ass trying to figure out what's going on. It's not actually what Overwatch is supposed to look like, right? So the only thing that's doing is that's actually hampering your growth, not helping it. Because if that diamond player or whatever the highest rank is in your game stomping on noobs, you get to see exactly what works and exactly what doesn't, and you grow faster because of that. There should be no rank.
Well, but that's the thing. That's the problem. Is you don't get once placements are over, and like I said, even in placements, yes, in placements you can literally get a Masters player with a whole bunch of silver players or something like that, because it's not there's no like caps, whereas with once you're done with placements, you'll never get a game. Like you might get a platinum person on a team of all diamonds against another team of all diamonds, or all diamonds with a platinum or something like that. But you'll never ever get like a gold player or a silver player. But placements you can sometimes get, but they do try to keep the same skill level, obviously based on your last seasons and all that kind of shit.
Fuck that. You don't even do that. There doesn't need to be any points, or not points. There doesn't need to be any platinums. There doesn't need to be any gold. There just needs to be an elo system where you have a number and it goes up, and that's it.
Well, right? That is kind of what it is. The ranks are just gradations of the number.
Yeah. Okay, fine. But like you said, there's something that separates a platinum player from a gold player, and they can't play together.
No. Right? It's not so much that because it's a certain distance of the number.
That shouldn't exist.
You think so?
The worst player in the game should have an equal chance of playing with the best player in the game, period, at all times.
I don't know, because I can see the argument for the other side too, where you want to keep all the high-skilled players competing against each other, so that one, not only are they not raffle stomping, noobs all day, but two, they're actually playing against matches that are calibrated to their skill level.
If they want that, then they need to have organized play. They need to be on a 60-6 team.
Yeah,
and play with other people.
It would be nice if they. I could see a separation between, I don't know, just quick play and competitive is kind of a mess. If they had a second level of competitive where, like, if you were doing nothing but 6 stacks.
There's definitely advantages and disadvantages to having both systems. I got that one for sure. But I can just, it's like when Street Fighter, when you go to a ranked match in Street Fighter, you have no idea whom you're going to get, right? And
yeah, but that's one-on-one though. That's not team. See, that's a big difference with the team thing. Cause no, it's a big difference. No, and I'll tell you exactly why. I'll tell you exactly why. Here's the big problem with competitive in Overwatch, and this is what I was going to get at earlier. Okay, in competitive in Overwatch, one douchebag can completely fuck up the entire game for everybody. So if you were say you had 2 teams, right? You get placed 2 teams. One team is all diamonds. The other team is all diamonds and 1 silver level player. That 1 silver level player could seriously fuck up the entire. I mean, all it takes is one guy tanking that doesn't know how to tank in a game like that, and everybody, doesn't matter how good the rest of the players play.
There's no carry. Like,
exactly. There's no carrying that.
Carries, you're facing people that were like borderline incompetent.
And trust me, I've carried some shitty fucking teams, fucking all 5 golds as Reaper. And you'd be amazed at the shit that I've pulled with that. But that's with people that are at least skilled enough to kind of sort of do the right thing. They can at least put their shield up when they're supposed to. They can heal when, I absolutely need it. They might fumble plays and shit like that, but they're not completely incompetent. But one person that isn't at least capable, and that fucks the whole thing up, because then it's a 6.
In the game too.
Yeah, then it's a 6-on-5, and there's no way to win that.
And if you're a bad healer, oh man, the game's over at that point. Like,
so I don't know. I don't know, man. It's hard with a team game because that's that one person, especially. I mean, it's one thing like World of Warcraft. Sure, you get battlegrounds that are 20-on-20 or whatever, and yeah, one person. I mean, they're not going to make all that much of a difference. But on like say Dota or League or Overwatch, where 3 people or 6 people on a team, that's one person. That's a huge fucking thing. I don't know.
And 66 too, because like he said, it's not like it's a giant war zone type thing where it's like a group where it's like 20 people or something like that. Because then one person can't fuck it up. But if you have a smaller number, if one person, it's kind of like a human body where it's like if one thing stops working, everything's fucked.
Yeah, but then the thing is, you're never getting better. Those players are never going to get better.
Well,
That's the big dichotomy of it, isn't it?
You grow through struggle. You learn.
Well, yeah, but you grow through struggle that is appropriate. Like a beginner rock climber learns by climbing a mountain or whatever a wall or whatever that's just barely above what his current skill level is. He doesn't gain anything by trying the most heroic mountain. Yeah, exactly. If he tried to climb Mount Everest, he's not going to learn anything from that. He's going to fail within 10 minutes, and that's going to be game over. It's the same thing with that. If a low level player is just constantly being put with people who can just turn a corner and headshot him, and that's game, like he's not going to learn anything from that.
Oh yeah, he's going to learn. Holy shit! I need to practice my headshots. Apparently this is what sports is where the most efficient, best way to do something survives and everything else dies.
Sure.
Nothing in a sport can live if it's not the most efficient and best way possible.
Okay, but no, wait a second. Do you really think that a team of like middle schoolers would learn anything by playing a team of like Olympic athletes?
Yes, they would learn a lot.
I don't think so. Now watching a team of Olympic athletes, sure, but that's the thing. When you're playing against somebody, you can't analyze everything they're doing. You've got to do shit. You've got to do stuff of your own. Yeah, but you've got way too much to do by yourself. Sure, you can notice things, but you can't sit there and analyze me. Oh, okay, he's kicking the ball this way, or he's throwing it this way, and he's calling out to his people like that. You can't do that in the heat of the moment, especially if you're not skilled. No, sure, it's possible, but not at the same level. When you're actually playing the game, you have a lot of other things you have to worry about. Just doing your own team's thing, that you can't sit there and look and really get into the detail of what, like those pro players would be doing. It's not the same thing as
those middle schoolers playing against the NBA team would have the greatest insight into what they can do to improve in their entire lives, and they would have an advantage over every other single middle schooler that had ever existed at that point.
See, I don't.
It's that strong.
I don't think so, dude. And not only because of what I was saying, but also because you're just going to be raffle stomped, and that just makes you frustrated, and then you're just going to give up.
Well, okay, if you're frustrated and you give up, then you're weak and you weren't going to get.
Well, but what are you going to do if you're a team of middle schoolers playing against a team of pros?
Hey, man.
I mean, there's only so much that somebody can take before they get frustrated. Nobody can sit there. If you're just being dunked on, every single thing, what happens is you pass the ball to your teammate, the other team immediately steals it and then dunks it. Like, you're never going to learn anything from that. Everybody's just going to be pissed off after the 5th time that happens. Like, nobody could keep that up for more than 20 minutes.
Hey. Well, that's neither here nor there. Boy, I'd better learn how to steal. This is really working. If we could.
But how? Okay. But how are you going to learn how to steal if you're not able to steal it ever from the other team? That's the thing.
Oh.
You don't learn just by watching. You have to learn by doing. And if it's not even possible for you to complete it against the other team, then you're never going to learn it.
Is this middle school team only going to play against the NBA for the rest of their lives?
Well, but that's
another middle school team, and then they say, "Oh shit, I'm going to do the same thing to them because they're not as good as I was shown how to do."
Well, sure, but that's what it takes. I mean,
they're not going to do it the first time that badass runs up against them and headshots them around the corner. But then when they play someone who's not as good as them, they get to do what they have learned. It's quite simple. No one's expecting to get perfection every time.
I see where you're coming from, but I still don't think it would be necessarily I'd say a silver player to go up against a platinum or a top 500, just get nuked. As a thing.
It needs to be part of the process. We look at learning very differently then.
It's the zone of proximal development. You learn the best when you are being put up against something that is just slightly outside the reach of your current skill level. That's when you learn the most, because you're just being pushed beyond what you already know. If all you ever do is play people that are equal skill with you, you don't really learn because you're just using the same skills that you've already learned. But when you play against somebody who's just a little bit better than you, it taxes you that little extra, but they're not completely stomping you, so you have a chance to pick up those little tricks that you wouldn't otherwise normally be able to.
Yeah, the zone of proximal development is a real thing, but also you need to also have the archetypal exemplar status of what you need to be doing as well.
Yeah, but that you can watch that though. You don't have to actually play against that.
It's way better if you do. It's way more effective than watching it.
No, see, I don't think it would be.
You don't. We certainly don't need to agree on it.
Well, we're not, so there.
There has to be a fix though to this, because it's like the current system as it is right now, which is, I think, whatever rank you are, you're in hell at that, and stuck in that rank for, I'd say, arguably the entirety of your Overwatch career.
Well, there's definitely people who've been stuck in silver or gold or platinum for forever. Yeah, I don't know. Well, that's the thing. Overwatch is dying anyway.
I wouldn't say it's dying.
No, it really is. It is. It might be a slow death. I mean, it's not like it's not popular, and I don't want to say that. But compared to what it was the first couple seasons, like, I mean, shit, man, there was hype. That's the thing. They ran out of hype. And now that they ran out of hype, the problems are really starting to stack up. Like real esports level Overwatch, nobody cares about. Nobody. I haven't ever. I see people talking more about how XQC got banned from, was it Twitch or regular Overwatch? I can't remember what he got banned on.
From the Overwatch League.
Well, no, because he got banned from the Overwatch League, but then he got banned from something else, right? And that's the thing. They were talking more about when he got banned from the league than anybody was talking about the actual things that were happening in the league. Nobody gave two, like on Facebook or anywhere else that I looked, nobody gave two shits who was winning or what matches were being played or whatever. More people were talking about how XQC got banned.
What did you do to get banned?
Oh, fucking, he called some guy a
Didn't he
faggot
say
or
he told a gay
something.
guy, I bet you like if you suck my dick, faggot, or something like that.
Something like that. I think he told a gay guy to suck his dick.
You couldn't do that in sport, so I mean, I guess that.
This is no. That is not a fair comparison because video games are not sports.
Well, I
And by the way, you can do that shit in sports too, or at least
Yeah.
you used to.
They
Back in
used
the
to here
day,
in the
back in the day, like football teams used to do like end zone dances and taunts and shit, and fucking
Now you can't talk because it's bad sport.
and the same thing, and that's the other thing. That's the same thing that's happening in sports too, because they keep banning all those things that fans love. People love conflict. People love it, you know, when fucking the Seahawks would do the dirty bird or some shit and taunt the other players after a touchdown. People love that shit, and they ban it, and then interest just drops. And it's the
You
same
can still
thing.
do it, you just can't get caught.
Yeah, well, still.
I'm sure they call each
Because
other.
here's the
all
thing,
sorts
I
of
bet like there probably is a bit of trash talking like with football because there's not always mics on them, so like maybe they're gonna want the other
Sure, but
quarterbacks
the
guy
the viewers don't see it though, and that's the important part.
Can you imagine just hearing that like fucking like during the Super Bowl, some guys looking at like a Tom Brady and says "fuck you, faggot," we're gonna kick your ass just out loud and everyone hears it.
I love it, bro. I love it. That was the best part of watching fucking fighting game tournaments. Was the fucking trash talking.
Well, I mean, those are the memory lane, the glory days, all those.
Well, but
things.
they still can kind. I mean, certainly not swearing and shit like that anymore. But at least, you know, fucking if you watch like even this year, at least like at Evo this year, I can't remember the match, but like somebody pulled off just the most flagrant fucking move, and the announcer just like, oh my god, that was so fucking dirty. How could he do him like that? You know, shit like that. Like that's what makes it interesting to watch. That's what people love watching. You know, if you're not watching that, then all you're watching is a technical competition, and yeah, that's interesting, but that gets old after a while. You know, it's the conflict that makes it, you know, really that's what gets people invested. You know, you get to care about a certain person or a certain team, and you see some team taunt them, and it's like, oh, you dirty motherfuckers, like get those fuckers back, right? That's what people give a shit about, and they're killing that with esports, and I fucking hate it.
I think that ship has sailed, man.
I think so. Well, it's sailed for the esports, but that they're just gonna kill esports, and something else will rise in its place.
I mean, there's still probably like many tournaments amongst people where they just talk shit amongst themselves, which hey,
you know, yeah, the biggest thing is,
well, Blizzard has kind of ruined it.
It's certainly individual companies are different, and Blizzard is one of the worst offenders. And they've been
currently killing it all.
Yeah, that's true. And they've been doing this shit for a while though, because like even with like StarCraft 2, when they made it so that you could not run a tournament outside of Blizzard's interface and shit like that, you know. So they've been trying to clamp down on this shit for a while, and it's just been killing the tournament scene. I mean, that's shit. People, I do believe they still do regular StarCraft tournaments.
Yes, of course they do.
And
watch them all
far more often than any StarCraft 2 tournament or anything like that. So yeah, Blizzard's been killing this shit off for themselves for a long time. But yeah, the biggest thing is they need to realize that video games are not sports, and they need to stop trying to make them into sports.
I would love that. We shall see. We shall see.
I mean, I would love for Overwatch to not ban you over basic shit now.
It'd be nice. I swear to God, as soon as they ruled out those like anti-toxicity rules and fucking competitive and shit, there was people in chat and somebody would say, you know, what the fuck are you doing? And people would be like, excuse me, what did you say? Like, you knew they were just right there on the report button. You know,
they're
and
having a bad day.
and if this guy didn't apologize or appease them somehow, they were gonna be like, "Ooh, this guy fucking rah, rah, rah." Like, God, that's
Cry bullies.
it's the worst fucking shit. And then they gamified it and give you a little fucking boost and not a boost, but a reward. You know, you get a little message that says, "We acted on your report," and blah blah blah. It's like you're just encouraging that shit.
Holy shit.
You are encouraging
damn.
people to go around tattling on each other. Like,
Yeah, as a teacher, would I say, Jimmy, I know you were upset with Tommy, but I got him in trouble for you.
Right?
You wouldn't
What
fucking
that would
say
be the
that?
stupidest shit. Like, especially, oh God, and these people they post it on Facebook like it's a trophy, dude, and that's exactly what it was for. It's exactly what it was for. It was your own little trophy that you got for being
By
the
way, Tristan,
good little
ask me to pull
reporter.
up.
Oh, Tristan wants up. All right, give me a sec.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's horrible, dude. It's like you are encouraging fucking tattletales. Like, how the fuck? And like I said, all these things have been building, and it's a slow decline, but it's been declining, and I think it's going to continue because Blizzard are all fucking morons. What up?
Blizzards are pretty stupid too, man. They like destroy all the crops and they make everyone like can't live there.
Not Volvos, man. Volvos are incredible in a blizzard. Little Four Brothers line there for you. What up, Chisholm?
Not much.
Oh shit, you're quiet.
Chisholm.
Okay.
That was
what
my
about
best
now?
pronunciation.
It's still pretty quiet.
Okay, what about now?
That's a little better.
I think
I had the gain turned really low. That's why.
You are the only person I know whose mic changes like every time you come in.
Ah.
Does it sound robotic?
No, you're good.
I don't know why. My interface, and I've looked it up. It's not just me. This interface doesn't work well with Discord. I don't know why.
doesn't even matter how hard you try.
Huh?
Never mind.
Doesn't
I'll just make it.
maybe they need to patch it or something. I don't know. I don't know how your interface works. So
It's just a USB interface, and then I use an XLR mic into that.
yeah, I don't know how those work. So
Oh.
I'd have to look it up, and then I'd have to know how Discord works.
All right. I got something. Battlefield 5 pre-orders are apparently really
Oh,
bad right
dude, yes, the greatest get woke go broke story ever,
Go bro.
as what's the quartering would say, dude. That I love how I'm sub to a lot of like God Emperor Trump or like conservative whatever on Facebook and shit, and they are posting this story on their timelines, and it's hilarious. So,
now.
how
Go broke for them.
well, so not only are they posting about Doom Eternal, which it's just fucking hilarious watching these conservative dudes post about Doom Eternal, but then they're posting this thing, and like the best one is a story in 3 parts. The first one is, you know, EA says get used to women in Battlefield 5. The next one is Battlefield 5 pre-orders way down, and then the third one is the lead designer for Battlefield 5 resigns.
All over this imaginary problem in the first place. No one had a problem with women in Battlefield.
No, they didn't. No, they did.
It's just some dumb bullshit you want to drum up to stir up controversy to like.
Well, I mean, no, they did have a problem, right? But the problem was not that.
Historical inaccuracy, yeah.
Sure, but they
Of course.
could have included women, right? It would have been, they could have had a scene where it was like French Resistance and there was a couple of chicks there, and or a Russian sniper team, and nobody would have had a problem with it. No, but they
French
put a
Resistance,
chick,
Is that when they fucked all the German soldiers?
right? No, but they had to put a chick in the front lines with the British troops, I do believe, right? It was like British,
Oh, and she was handicapped.
and
She was basically a
with a
bionic man.
with a steampunk fucking mechanical arm. And here's the thing, right? This was the best line that somebody commented on one of the videos I watched about this. If at the end of this trailer, instead of Battlefield 5, this had said Battlefield Bad Company 1942, nobody would have gave a shit. Nobody would have cared. Because Bad Company 2 was never... Bad Company 2 has always been about crazy shit, right? But this is not Bad
It's
Company.
strange how Bad Company 2 is the godchild Battlefield, for what I hear.
One of them. I think... I don't know. It's tough between 3
I
and
like
4.
a lot better.
Yeah,
I like
it's...
4 a lot better, but...
As much as I love Bad Company 2, I enjoyed the multiplayer on, I think, Battlefield 3 or maybe 4 a little better. But, regardless of that...
It makes sense. Like, okay, you get to be in the game, but we get to say that this isn't what happened, right? You can't just make things change and be mad about it. Why are you upset about it? You're upset that women weren't killed in World War II in massive numbers enough to be in a video game?
God.
What kind of psycho are you?
Oh, dude, you don't break. Do you really want an answer to that question?
Could you imagine like a Battlefield 5 storyline if there's a French resistance chick who banged it? Can you imagine that?
No, bro, no. I got it. All right. You sleep your way to the top. You sleep the way to your top to the top, and then you assassinate like the head German officer or something.
That would probably be a better storyline than any other Battlefield.
God.
I guarantee that's what some of those ladies were probably thinking.
But yeah,
then.
Battlefield, the Battlefield series has always had a very good level of historical accuracy, much more than any of the other standard, except for maybe Arma or one of them. But certainly compared to any of the Call of Duties or fucking, Dooms or any of that, they've always had a realism that exceeds the rest. And that shit just, it doesn't fly. And it's to say, I love the fucking argument. Oh, well, how are you gonna have realism in a game where you respawn, or insert game mechanic here that's not realistic, right? And it's like, God, I just want to say to them, it's like, dude,
that's
okay.
a strawman argument, though.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, okay, I guess then you would have no problem if that instead of like jumping in a Jeep at the end, they all hopped on their mounted Velociraptors. Yeah, like whatever the fuck, right? It's like if that was how the scene ended, would you have still said, "Oh, well, hey, you respawn and shit, so hey, it can't be realistic."
Actually, could be a lot more better.
It would be.
You just gave me the idea for the sickest game ever, where you do like a super gritty World War II.
Like just killing a bunch of Nazis, then like run out of the scene, jumping on your Velociraptor and getting that.
And the thing is, like, it would have to be so deadpan. None of the characters can acknowledge that they're
right? Like, yeah.
All right, guys, let's go. And they just get on the raptor.
They're like, called Woke-a-Raptors.
What the fuck are we playing?
That was hilarious. It was like Battlefield Bad Company. They're fucking riding Velociraptors.
Dude, like, yeah. So
EA could have literally. If they just had to call it Bad Company and made Velociraptors, it would have done well.
Yeah, so I for one am happy about this because Hardline sucked and Battlefield 1 was not great. I don't care what the fuck anybody says. I don't know what
the game lasted I'd say maybe only a month. Because by the first DLC, no one fucking was playing that game still.
No, you can look if I can't remember. I think it was the Quarterings video that showed some of this, but they put up some of the player numbers over time, and yeah, like a couple months and then a huge fucking drop, and then the numbers didn't even start.
Never happened in Battlefield 4, by the way. Even with its terrible launch that it had,
and
as soon as it got back into the horse, fuck, that game had a sustained player base for how long? And it's still playable today.
Still playable, yeah. But they didn't even the precipitous fall didn't even start to slow down until they started doing free offers for all the DLC and shit like that. So it took them discounting and making free a whole bunch of stuff for like to even slow the decline of players in Battlefield 1. And now with the pre-order thing, I hate to see the death.
Might be a Fox franchise.
I hate to see the death of Battlefield because I have been a fan since fucking 1942. I still fucking have it. I haven't played it in a while, but I've played all of them except for I think Vietnam. There's some of my favorite, like 2142 is one of my most favorite games ever. Battlefield, Bad Company 2, and 3 and 4 are some of my favorite games ever. And yeah, they just fucked it up. So if this is the death of Battlefield, it's with a heavy heart that I say so, but so be it. I have no love for EA.
It's the best Go Broke story ever.
It really is. And EA can get fucked because they've done this shit numerous fucking times.
Over and over and over again.
I mean, they killed Dead Space.
Yep. Dude, oh my god,
They killed any future Star Wars game.
How many different studios have they fucking shot in the back of the head after ripping their property off?
Like, they didn't just shoot him in the head. They dumped him in the river after.
It's a straight up mafia scheme, dude. They pull a bunch of studios in, they wring their property out for all it's fucking worth, and then after the inevitable decline, they just pop them in the back of the head, throw them in the fucking
Star
wet
Wars
cement.
Is fucked, and that's just not like EA fucked any Star Wars game. Disney fucked up any good Star Wars movie. Star Wars is just a dead franchise.
Yeah.
Like,
Good riddance.
Yeah.
See you later.
well, like I said, Star Wars ended with Episode 6, and the expanding universe is still canon. So
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And Star Wars ended with the final comic book that George Lucas made, or they released for the expanding universe before that.
In our hearts and minds, in the hearts and minds of society, the story's different. They've won, right? With Star Wars, they've won. With video games, I'm not sure they will. But,
No, video gamers are too tenactic.
Star Wars is on a downfall, and most of these go woke games have literally just collapsed upon themselves at this point.
Oh sure. Oh man, what was? Damn.
Like I would love to see what another game that tries to pull another Battlefield 5. It's gonna get crushed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All they'll do is just make the middle market indie developers look even better.
Here's hoping.
To be fair, indie games are pretty good, though. Not to say that bad.
So good, you'd swear it was an indie.
Yeah.
I mean, there are still a few. Doom, obviously.
I mean, the Doom is going to be the opposite of the Go Broke story. It's going to be what would be the Doom story if it goes as I think it's going to go?
What, man literally too angry to die?
Man too angry to die.
That's the Doom story, but
Can you imagine just like the parody of it where a demon just says, "Check your privilege, Doom guy."
Dude, oh my god, that would be great. Please, Bethesda, please.
That'd be the funniest
A giant
thing ever,
fat feminazi bro. Blue hair, shaved sides, fucking fish mouth, fat rolls, double cannon, screaming, "Check your privilege."
Make sure to name it Rosie O'Donnell.
Demons are a second-class citizen and firing fucking shots at you. Please, Bethesda, please.
Imagine how because I don't think Doom's gonna be that much of an anti-SJW game.
No, it's not. No, it's all good. I'll bet you there's gonna be more than what was shown. There's definitely gonna be more. I'll bet you. There'll be fucking emails in little tablets or whatever that you pick up that'll have scientists.
How humans became a second-class citizen.
Sure, or scientists talking about. There'll be one lead scientist that's talking about how he doesn't want to. What would it be like? He has to open the gates of hell because we must have open borders or some shit like that, right? There will be a ton of it, but it'll all be like little tongue-in-cheek jabs. Well, it won't be like out and in your face, It'll be little comments like that lady on the machine lady was saying and stuff like that.
Earth is the melting pot of
the universe. Yeah, it'll be shit like that, and I'll bet you there'll be a ton of it, and it'll be fucking hilarious because they won't be able to stand it. Like they'll go through. They'll play this. Oh, dude, this is gonna be the.
They won't even play. Have you
No,
seen
no,
the
no, no,
Polygon
no, no,
play
no,
Doom?
no.
It's fucking laughable.
No, I'm calling it. I'm calling it, bro. They're actually gonna buy it, right? This is Bethesda's plan. Bethesda's plan is to get them so mad about it that they buy it, so they can go through all of it, pick out each and every single instance that it happens, and make huge fucking articles where they complain about each and every one of them, dude. I'll
And
bet
then-
you
and then
dollars.
Hey, I'm gonna buy this game.
And the actual gamers be like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this game. Looks good."
Dude, that's how like, cause I read IGN reviews and shit for the longest time, and everybody
Anytime IGN doesn't like a game, it's probably bad. It's probably good.
exactly, and that was the people say, dude, why do you read IGN reviews, man? They're stupid. It's like, yeah, but when they hate a game, I know I'll love it. You know, I read the Duke Nukem.
They gave
what was it?
bad reviews to Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Sure.
So, yeah,
Or like my favorite one was Duke Nukem Forever, and they're sitting there complaining about how Duke is sexist and homophobic and all these fucking, you know, all these nasty comments, and I'm just thinking, yeah, well, I like that kind of shit, so fuck you guys, I'm gonna buy this game.
It's like, yeah, we don't get to act like this in real life. That's why it's funny, you know, because we don't go around doing
this.
this.
Go to work, man, just make a joke. Yeah, I mean, get away with it for the most part.
And my
Like,
favorite part about that review was, because they still allow, they didn't heavily moderate their comments, the entire 200 and something comments on the fucking article was, you guys literally just didn't get the joke. It went right the fuck over your head, like.
God, talk about
It went like, no, it didn't just go over their head. It went fucking.
ozone layer. Oh, I don't want to do these quests. I am. I can't read that. Somewhere around 100,000 XP away from level 120. Hooray!
Is that the top now?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you gotta get equipment.
Yep. You know, it's not so bad. That part isn't. It's painful all the way around. It's not like one is more painful than the other. It's an equal level of pain now.
I don't know
Also,
about that.
Someone wrote an article I sent to a couple of gangsters how video games need to be left as propaganda. He literally admits it right in the thing.
Yeah. Well,
You'll get anyone to admit anything.
yeah, pretty much.
There it is.
And he talks about how games are still is a conservative media apparently. You know, video games are conservative media.
Hey, well, shit, you pushed away everyone else. It's like that's because of your design, not because of anyone else's fault. It's not conservatives' fault, it's yours.
I mean, when you scream radical leftist propaganda in everybody's ears, no shit that they only care about conservative shit. Because they're not screaming their shit in your ears.
It's just your basic stuff where it's kind of like saying basically it's going to do in a call to arms, basically saying the next Wolfenstein game needs to have Hitler assassinated and replaced with Trump or something like that.
I did. What was that line? I can't remember who said it, but about Doom, where they were like, "Man, we need like 2 Wolfensteins to make up for this shit," or something like that. God.
Okay, make it then. Why don't you make it, you fucking busybody?
Well, they
Oh,
did,
no.
and it failed.
I mean, Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus is such a fucking terrible game.
God, they fucked that up too. I love
Like, how do you fuck up Wolfenstein? I seriously don't get it.
I loved what was the earlier Wolfenstein.
New Order, fantastic.
New Order,
The only
yeah.
Wolfenstein game that's worth playing, and it ended good too. So it's not like you need to play the sequel.
God, they fuck up everything they get their grubby little hands on.
I mean, hopefully they learn that pandering to
Oh, they
people
won't.
who call everyone from Timbuktu a Nazi, then hopefully they learn that it's not going to work.
Yeah, some won't learn, some will. It's just the way.
I guess Doom will be the only woke franchise of Bethesda.
Well, no, because Fallout and Skyrim have never succumbed to that shit.
I don't think they really could. Like, how you gonna add gender politics into a nuclear apocalypse?
Oh, they could. Trust me.
Like, what, you gonna be like, meet a character like in the middle of Timbuktu and be like, hi, hi. And
No,
be like,
no.
"Oh, hi, I'm an Apache helicopter.
No, it wouldn't be like that, right? It wouldn't be like that. They would See, that's the problem. It'd take a little more subtlety, and that subtlety is not their strong suit. What they'd have to do is like all the every side quest would be about how some strong and courageous woman overcomes some horrible, corrupt, abusive man. And
Oh, every leader in this expansion is a woman.
oh god,
Every single one.
of course,
And they all lead a bunch of dudes, and the dudes fuck everything up. Not they don't fuck everything up, but they are the ones who are the lead, and the women are all the leaders.
of course they are.
What, even there's a leader of the Horde is a woman?
On the Alliance side at least. I haven't played Horde.
No, Horde they'll
I
do.
remember watching that trailer and there's some dude who screams for the Alliance and then cannon shoot like that.
Yeah, he's the king, but you don't talk to him. It's all of the quests, all of the areas of
All
culture
the
ass.
women.
Yeah, they're all women.
There will be a couple on the a couple guys on the Horde side because the Horde are the bad guys. See, they're the orcs and shit.
From a certain point of view, yes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, canonically, they're the ones that they're the evil races. They're the quote unquote bad guys. So yeah, it'll be okay to put some guys in charge over there
I mean,
because they're the bad
Alliance
guys.
has genocided quite a few people, I would say.
Well, that was one of the cool parts about World of Warcraft was that it ended the whole orcs bad, humans good thing.
Yeah, it did.
It was a really, really good. You saw both sides of the story, and it wasn't just the rebels versus the empire type shit, where one side is completely evil and the other side is completely good. Like there was actually some nuance to it, and it was well done. But now can't have that nuances. That's hate speech, bruh.
Stop being racist, you fascist. Let me,
Well, yeah, if you're nuanced about how a guy who's supposedly a misogynistic dick is actually a decent guy at heart or some shit, well, that's just humanizing a Nazi, so.
Nice. That's a tough one.
Oh, and there's an article that I wasn't going to cover. We were going to talk about Wednesday, but, we were talking about Shane and things got really intense on Wednesday. But it was about how Steam and PlayStation don't do enough to target hate speech.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they're just pissed that Steam won't ban titty games and violent games.
Well, there's no winning with them, no matter what.
That's true.
I mean, it's kind of a funny article to read. Like, I thought these people were gamers, but they're complaining like, there's too many violent games on Steam. I'm like, what?
This is what I love, right?
You sound like the religious right. Fucking go away.
Oh, it's not even that, right? It's like too much violence in video games. Okay, then what the hell else are you going to do?
You can have Firewatch, where you're walking around for 3 hours.
You could have a
doing
detective story, although it's pretty boring if there's
They
no
couldn't even do a
violence.
detective story
That's pretty violent detective story.
No, sure, but you could have like a detective story where there isn't any violence. But again, I think that would be
LA Noire is a pretty violent detective game, I would say.
because if there's no violence, then there's no like what happens if you fail? Like that's the thing with violence. There's something bad that happens if you fail. If you have a detective story with no violence, then what happens if you fail? It's like, well,
I mean,
nobody's getting killed, so there's no, there's no
Well,
urgency.
Financial detective.
I mean,
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That would be the game. That would literally be the game. You'd need some dude in Wall Street doing financial fucking, sitting at a computer all day and looking over financial records.
Good because I actually back on the PS3 I played LA Noire and I liked it a lot. Like I really did.
But
It
seriously,
was a really
like,
good detective game.
how
LA Noire.
many different games could you make really without some sort of violence?
It's
I mean,
certainly
even
hard.
detective games need violence. Like, what you can't just be investigating someone doing credit card fraud or some shit like that.
Exactly.
You have to investigate someone who maybe fucking shot up people or maybe molested someone.
And that's the thing. In order to make a game
Very
interesting,
specific examples you have.
right? In order to
That's what LA Noire was, just fucking craziest shit ever.
in order to make a game interesting, you have to actually do something. And
Makes
in
me
order to
confident.
have your actions matter, there have to be consequences for inaction. And in order to make any of that matter, the consequences have to be impactful. There has to be a reason why if you fail, bad shit happens. And really the only way, all through this to say real life is that way. The most important things are the things that if you fail, people die.
Someone dies.
Exactly. In which
There's no
case
stakes in
there's,
Firewatch.
yeah,
There
okay,
is no stakes in it.
there's firemen and shit who, and I guess you could make a game
But
about
you don't
saving
even
people
take out
from
any fires.
fires.
You're just walking around. And
No,
you're
I
finding a
know.
dead body in the woods.
I'm just saying, like, that could be a game where your consequences could matter, where it's not actually violence, because it's not like, I mean, there's still, I guess, violence, but it's not being committed by a person. But even still, people are still dying if you fail, so, I mean, that might as well be, what's the difference
That's still
between
full
that
of
and an
violence,
army
it's still
killing a whole bunch of
conflict.
civilians if you don't protect them or something? Like, really?
And it took place in California, so fires are quite a thing over there.
They're pretty much over.
Oh, is fire season ended over there?
Well, like, it's certainly not smoggy anymore.
It's not always this bad. This was
Yeah, this was a really bad year. Like, and it was bad for a couple of weeks there. But yeah, it's pretty much, like, at least around my place, it's pretty much cleared up. So I think the really bad one that was near us has, I don't know if it's been completely put out, but it's at least been partially or almost all the way put out. So, but yeah, if without violence, basically all you get is boring ass walking simulators.
And those walking simulators don't even really tell that good of a story, because Firewatch, I say Firewatch is a great game.
I mean, yeah, Gone Home, like, that's what you would get. Every game would be a version of Gone Home.
I never played Gone Home.
I didn't either, but I watched a couple reviews on it, and it seems just as terrible as I thought it would be.
What's it about? Like, well, you're like in some house, and like you find out your Gurk has your character's like a lesbian or something like that. Oh, woke.
Pretty much, yeah. But I mean, the whole thing is walking around discovering little, I don't know, like fragments of your past. You get like a letter and it explains some shit, and then you find, some other thing that explains something. But that's the whole game. You do that like 10 times, and then it's over.
Why not detective? I see, and I feel like a good balance of that would be like a detective story.
Okay, all right. A detective story. It's almost like a challenge, right? Let's see if we can create an interesting scenario that does not involve violence. Of course it can be done. It's a lot harder to do it, but it can be done, right?
It can be done. Well, what's it gonna be like? What's gonna be like? What? Hence, someone like, oh, they committed fraud and I don't know, spent money on someone's
Okay,
credit card.
all right. I think I got it.
Someone...
You're an investigator, right? And you're investigating
If you take mine, I'm gonna be pissed. Go.
You're investigating a either single or group of, like, say, hackers or something who are bent on, like, completely crashing the currency, stock, and credit card type systems, like the entire financial system of a country, which would then lead to there would technically be violence there afterwards because of the chaos, but it's not actual violence that anybody is committing within the game. It's all, just a collapse that would happen, which would lead to a really bad state for the economy, which would then lead to, horribleness. I guess that would be about as close as I could get to something that would make you care enough to want to stop it for another reason besides just finishing the game.
I like that. That's not where I was going to go. I was going to go with the financial investigator or whatever non-violent crime investigator that you want it to be, but the other person you're investigating is sleeping with your wife.
Like you find out like halfway through or something?
Hell yeah, but you're not sure. You got to prove it. Oh, feminists would get pissed at that.
Don't they always say, go with your gut?
Oh, they would get pissed. They'd say he's a patriarchal bastard who wants to control the sexuality of his wife.
Yeah, if she wants to sleep around on him, she can sleep around on him, right?
Yeah. How dare you try and infringe on her rights to personal...
her rights to fuck everything that moves.
Well, yeah, what do they call bodily autonomy? Yeah.
God. What if she's gender fluid and fucks like tons of helicopters,
Now that's the twist. Directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
That as a plot.
Shyamalan.
You find out your wife says, I'm gender fluid, so some days I fuck some random dude on the street, and some days I fuck like 10 women,
God.
And some days I fuck a car. And I'm like, what?
But yeah, besides something like that, the only other things I can think of is games like Candy Crush or whatever, where they're just
And they want every game to be Candy Crush.
that's pretty much what they
politics.
want.
You
Yeah,
want Candy
walking
Crush,
walking
but Trump
simulators
is
and
the-
Candy Crush. That would be their utopia.
I just thought they didn't want games at all. I mean, I honestly don't know what a lot of those people want. But
Well,
I mean,
they
they're-
at least can't
they're-
say anything about Candy Crush, right? Like you never hear them bitching about Candy Crush that it's patriarchal or that there's misogyny
Because
in it.
Candy Crush has a majority woman audience.
Well, not only
so-
that, but there's no elements to it. It's literally I don't even know if feminists, like as ridiculous as this sounds, I don't even know if feminists could come up with an argument that would paint Candy Crush in a bad light according to feminism. Like that that'd be a stretch.
The pink
Right,
one-
yeah, right? Okay. We're four smart guys. Let's see if we can do this.
All right, when you take out one of the candies, 4 candies disappear. That's a symbol for Nazism, or when they took out 1 Jew, 10 Jews disappear, some shit like that, you know?
No, I got it, right?
Uh,
Matching the different colors, you're trying to create an ethno state of gems.
Candy Crush
Instead
No.
instead of allowing the natural blend of different colors and cultures. And yeah,
nah,
so
bro,
that's
you gotta be
evil.
you gotta be like, nah, the candies are representative of capitalist companies that make candies, bro. And that's evil because capitalism is patriarchy or some shit like that.
Because the idea that you own your own property is racism.
Oh no, I did. Okay, I got a better one, right?
M&Ms are racist.
The fact that you're trying to complete a goal and there's a win state means that you are privileging competency over everything else. And
They could because
no, they could because they do. They say
Right,
well, no, because they say that. What was that art? There's 3 different articles. One was facts are white supremacist, and then another one was logic and rationality are heteronormative patriarchal constructs, and then there was a third one that attacked scientific reason and evidence. So
I'm waiting to hear that. I'm waiting to hear how climate change is patriarchal.
it
Well,
is
I
because
don't-
it affects women more than men.
No, I thought they said it was racist because it affected.
Oh yeah,
That too.
They already called climate change
Oh, okay.
racist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I thought no. If they could actually make an argument because I know like Candy Crush, you can actually buy things with real money to get ahead in the
Because they're
levels.
women, you can buy on the streets.
No, it's like because it's basically pay to win, meaning that's racist. Because
That's racist because only white people can make money because black folks are inferior, right, feminists?
Basically.
God.
The bigotry of
Soft-
the soft
Soft
bigotry
bigotry of low
Soft bigotry with low
expectations.
expectations.
Yes. Fucking
I mean,
amazing.
that's all what they're about. They assume that Mexicans are just so inferior they can't or anything, right?
Yeah, I can't believe that quote was from George fucking W. Bush.
Yeah, George W. Bush, same guy who fucking did so much dumb shit.
He was not as bad of a president as people think, though. He really wasn't, especially
I mean,
compared
there
to
was the
fucking
war in Iran or Vietnam. Not Iran. Which one was
Iraq.
it, Vietnam or Iran? I can't, Iraq. Okay.
No, W. Bush, dude. W. Bush.
Oh, W. Okay.
The Styx had a good video on how George Bush was not as terrible as
Yeah, I've seen a few other, but I think Stefan Molyneux said a few comments about it. And there was a couple, like I think Dave Rubin said something about that and stuff. But especially if you look at it through the context of between like him, Clinton, and Obama. Like George W. Bush did nowhere near the same kind of damage to this country that those 2 motherfuckers did. So
I mean, Benghazi should be like a fucking the.
oh,
biggest
not
thing
even
that
that,
will
dude.
go down.
Fucking Bill Clinton fucking armed North Korea. Bill Clinton is the reason why North Korea is close to nukes right now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fucking
he's the one that I can't remember the whole story, but it was basically he was the one that bargained somehow that allowed the Chinese to siphon off weapon parts or research or something to where they'd actually have a chance of, because the same thing as in Iran. They, they need power, so we're going to give them nuclear power plants. And it's like, dude, you guys are just fucking stupid. Fucking
Nuclear
Obama.
power plants should only be reserved for the West.
No, I don't even care about that. Just not communist, despotic regimes.
No, I say only the West.
Like, I don't care if India has a nuclear power plant. I don't give a shit.
do.
Because they're not a
Islam's a
fucking...
big power over there.
Oh, well.
Islam have a nuclear weapon on their side.
It's already going to happen. Fucking France, bro. France has fucking nukes, and they are coming real fucking close to being majority Muslim. And they're pushing to where migrants can vote. Like, who was the guy that ran against Le Pen and won?
Bye, France.
I mean, France can look like Fall New Vegas eventually. Fine.
Yeah,
fair
well,
enough. I mean,
it won't just
can
be
we take
France,
the women?
though.
We can take the women. Fuck the men. We can leave those guys behind. Let's take
What,
the women,
those Nazi fuckers? Get the fuck out of here.
No, I say take the women because the women are pretty sexy over there. And
I don't know, man.
Than
They have
getting
hairy
their clitorises
armpits.
cut off by it's better getting their clitorises cut off by the patriarchy, I guess you can say. The actual patriarchy.
There was
Metaphorically cut off.
there was a young lady
No, I
who
mean,
just
they're
had to be
cut off,
run.
because if Islam takes control, those women's clitorises are good enough. Like, they'll make a whole fucking rice field full of those things.
There was a young lady in Britain who just had to be rushed to the hospital because some dude fucked up or I don't know if it was a dude, but somebody fucked up a attempted female circumcision. So, yay, it's happening in the UK.
God.
I mean, eventually, if it starts happening in Canada, then I'm out of here. Fuck,
It
I'm
probably
literally
is.
outta here.
It's happening in the US.
Yeah, I
Wait,
mean, of
what?
course it's going to happen a little bit.
Oh, quite a bit
the
more than you'd think. There's a huge, I can't remember, like
backyard.
Somali? Not Somali.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that it happens. You can't stop it from happening, but the fact that it's growing is, yeah,
Wait,
duh.
Is
Someone
France
stop that.
actually half Muslim almost?
Not half, but it's coming up to where, because that's the thing. This is why this is Steven Crowder's argument for a two-party system, and I tend to agree with him because if you have more than a two-party system, it's a lot easier to get 30% of people to fall for your socialist bullshit and vote to take away everybody else's money than it is to get 50% of people to do it. And because they're a multi-party, they have a multi-party system. They don't need it to be half Muslim. Like probably not even 20 to 25% would probably do it.
Yeah, it takes 25% of a population to go along with something. And another thing is not only that, but the birth rate difference.
And that, yeah,
That's
it's
the
huge.
killer.
Yeah.
And France is only 66 million, I think, population wise.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And
like
French people
Sweden.
have one kid, and Muslim immigrants have almost 8 children. So 25 years from now, the schools are going to be entirely Muslim kids.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll be outnumbered 5-1 or something stupid like that.
Do they speak French? Like, do the Muslims?
No.
They don't speak
migrants-
French.
They don't. Oh, so how are
Some
they
do.
getting around
Some
that?
do.
No, majority don't.
The majority
they-
don't, but
How-
a large minority do.
How are they getting around that?
They
Oh,
make
dude,
they make their
they'll
own
take-
ghettos.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like Chinatown but worse because at least Chinatown they assimilate to American ideals. They don't try and go against capitalism or shit like that. They make their own ghettos and they literally institute Sharia law and then try and spread it from there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, France,
Yeah, watch any of Lauren Southern's shit on the no-go zones in Sweden and shit. Like, literally, Sharia patrols coming up to them and saying, you can't fucking be here because you don't have a headscarf on and shit like that. And the regular police are unwilling to go in there and stop them. Like, there was even
I mean, I'll
a
be honest.
report. There was a report of, I can't remember if it was the UK or Sweden. I think it was Sweden, but it was an area, it was a no-go zone, huge Muslim population, where the crime rate had gone up, like 1,000%, and they wanted to put in a police station to try and help with the crime rate, but the estimates showed that putting in a police station would have made the problem even worse.
I mean, I feel like these countries are kind of fucking themselves over because they're gonna create because eventually because people might like start there might be like vigilantes that come out of this. That's what I'm sort of thinking.
It's certainly looking like that's going to come to that.
Like what we're gonna have to roll out like just basically save Western countries. Are we gonna have to a band of vigilantes with a couple of ARs and hockey mask on?
I mean, Sweden certainly. I don't see how they're going to get away with. I don't see how they would come away with anything other than disaster without it.
They set the limit, child marriage, guys. Come on, they set a limit.
Except they didn't even set that limit. Was it? Oh, I can't. I know Germany did it. I thought another couple other countries did it too, where they lowered the age you could get married down to like 10 or something.
Of course, you gotta compensate for the Muslims. They can't compensate for you, as they say.
Yeah, I don't know. Europe is thoroughly and utterly fucked.
I mean, at this point, I think Europe. I think Europe might just go to war with itself again.
Well, it's kind of hilarious how we fought 2 world wars trying to keep Germany from completely taking over Europe, and they did it on their own 60 years later.
Oh, and before that, they fought for hundreds of years trying to get Turkey not to take them over. But now it's all that's down the drain.
I mean, how many times is Europe just gonna just fuck? If Germany starts another world war, I say 3 strikes and they're out. You know what I mean? Just 3 strikes, you're out.
Nuke them. Fuck it.
Nuke it from orbit.
It's the only way to be sure, man. Have you even seen that movie?
He's just seen the memes.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. Yeah, he's only seen the memes. He has no idea what movie that's from.
It's from Alien, I know, but I don't know which one.
It is. Yeah, it's the second one. You need to watch it. That's a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one to watch was Prometheus, and I'm like,
oh no.
Good golly.
No. I think the second one's the best. Although I can see the argument for the first one being the best. I can see if you're more into like the thriller type movie.
And Covenant, I didn't really Covenant at all.
No. But the second one's I think's the best. 3 is okay. It's kind of weird. I really like 4. Because it's super cheesy and it works. No, dude, no. It's just like Fifth Element. It's super cheesy and it doesn't take itself seriously and it's fucking hilarious, dude. I love it. Fucking Perlman, man. Ron fucking Perlman, dude. He's great in it. Yeah, the first 4 are good though. I actually didn't hate Prometheus, but I don't think it was on the same level at all. Like, not even close.
I mean, I didn't really like Prometheus at all. I was like, eh.
I fell asleep.
Damn. The new Mission Impossible is really good though. I liked it.
I wonder if that movie is anti-socialist now. Apparently.
No, they don't really touch on that stuff.
No, I'm thinking that because I don't know because the feminists complain about everything. So I'm thinking, what could they complain about? Mission Impossible.
Still stars a male lead, but there are plenty of brave, strong, independent women that don't need no man. So, I think they let it go.
I mean, the new James Bond movie just looks like a disaster waiting to happen.
Well, like what? They can't figure out whether they want James Bond to be black or a woman, right?
Yeah, no, like they already said James Bond's gonna be the same character. They just change his race out of nowhere. Imagine one of the characters like, yo man, I knew James Bond for years, and it's like, wait, when did you become black?
Ugh.
And it's the same character. It's not like it's a new character. It's the same James Bond, just he's black now.
Pierce Brosnan's best Bond. Fucking fight me.
Nah, he's not.
Yes,
it
he
going to be
is.
Idris Elba as Black James Bond?
I don't remember who exactly.
I think that's the guy.
Heimdall.
The guy who played in not the Watchtower. what did they call it? Dark?
Dark Tower?
Watchtower.
Yeah, whatever.
Dark Tower?
Dark Tower, yeah, the guy that played in Dark Tower. Well, it's the
Heaven
Watchtower.
only has room for one witness. Jehovah's Witness.
No.
The
The
Watchtower.
It's the Watchtower. Is it? No, it is the Dark Tower series, isn't it? Shit, I can't
No,
remember.
It's a Dark Tower movie.
No, I know, but I thought I could like the series. I thought was called something else.
No, the Watchtower is the Jehovah's Witness book.
Fucking Jehovah's Witnesses.
I mean, Tristan, weren't you a Jehovah's Witness at one point?
No, what? No.
Don't like
What a
celebrating.
call-out.
Don't like celebrating Halloween because they don't like random people showing up to their door.
Must hate Halloween, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of hilarious to think about, though.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do, right?
What can you do? What else is on the list of bullshit that happened this week?
My girlfriend's really pissed about because we saw a couple movies this week, and one of the trailers that was there was the girl in the spider web, or the girl in the spider's web.
Oh yeah, one of those Swedish ones, huh?
Which, and I
The
guess,
woke movies.
well, and I guess it's based on like books or something. But they,
Yeah, they're
but they've completely changed, like the whole thing. Like the one of the big lines in the trailer is, you know, oh, you're the girl who hurts men who hurt women. And as soon as that line played, my girl was just like, no. Yeah.
oh yeah.
Apparently they changed the whole fucking thing just to be about, you know, oh, she's this feminist avenger.
Women.
Yep.
I am legitimately surprised when a movie is good.
Oh yeah, sure.
I
I
don't
mean,
live.
everyone's wanting Black Panther to win an Oscar or some shit like that. I thought the story kind of sucked in Black Panther.
It did. The whole idea that oh, dude, forgetting.
Maybe the idea is just this. As a Marvel movie, it took a character that had elements to it because you know he was serious, and then in Black Panther, he's just an idiot.
Forgetting the continuity errors and forgetting the ridiculous plot points.
Because it's hard for me to take it seriously when there's God mode armor, basically.
It was a poorly done movie.
That's the thing I couldn't get invested into. Like, oh, T'Challa's in a fight with a bunch of dudes. Oh my god, how is he gonna beat him in God mode armor? Oh no.
Or the magical substance that you can make literally anything out of, balls that'll do literally anything and fucking they'll heal you and shit. Like,
Do you mean the grape juice?
Good golly, Jesus Christ!
I mean, I couldn't get invested into Black Panther for that reason. It's like, how am I supposed to be worried about the characters? Everyone has God with armor.
exactly. This is what people don't get when they make characters like Rey. If there's no chance of failure, then there's nothing to put you on the edge of your seat, and there's no reason to care about the fucking characters.
I mean, yeah, because during the Last Jedi, I was never on the edge of the seat at all. Like, there was no movement where I'm thinking, oh no, they're in danger.
No, she can't fail. You know she can't fail. Like, there's no fucking... there's not even the chance of failure. There's not even the appearance of a chance of failure. And this is, Black Panther is the same way. You know, fucking literally armor that will deflect each and everything they could possibly fucking do to him. Not to mention fucking amazing gadgets that'll do fucking anything.
I hate the idea of anything, like, because Iron Man's armor, he's not invincible.
No.
Why the hell does Black Panther get to be invincible?
Exactly.
in his
Iron Man
armor?
gets beat the fuck up. Iron Man, gets into into trouble where he's got a guy who's got him in a hold or something, and he can't. You can hear the mechanics inside the motors or whatever inside the armor like straining, trying to overcome the enemy's strength or whatever, and it's like, oh shit, you know, what's he gonna do? How is he gonna get out of it? It's
How's he gonna get out of that?
exactly, it's a struggle, and he has a chance of failure. It's not just, oh look, he beats the shit out of him, yay, like yeah.
Like he can get like a car dropped on his armor and just walk up perfectly fine.
Yeah, so
I mean, that's in Black Panther. There's a chase scene where basically they're like chasing down, like they're in a car chase scene, kind of. But like the funniest thing, they have vibranium cars, and the cars are bulletproof. Like they can't be destroyed. It's like,
not to mention the bald-headed Superwoman.
Seriously, what kind of chase scene is that? A chase scene where no car can get damaged except the enemy car, of course. We can't let them have any defenses.
Yeah. It's tough these days. They're definitely.
Like, I mean, they ruined the character of the Black Panther, at least for me, because I can't like ever take him seriously or be afraid for him at all. Because he's like, oh no, he's the horrors. He might get scratched. Just kidding, no.
My unpopular opinion is that Marvel movies have sucked since forever. Iron Man 1 was a pretty interesting, cool movie. Everyone else just kind of sucks.
Oh, come on, dude. Guardians?
Nah. Oh, yeah. Guardians 1, I did not like. Guardians 2, I love.
All right, there you go. There you fucking go.
I love Guardians 1. Fuck you.
I liked Guardians 1 too, but Guardians 2 is better. Avengers was amazing.
For Guardians 1, I could see what they were going for, but it didn't live up to the hype, and it just bored me.
Avengers 1, I think the only reason I actually kind of liked it was because at least it was like the first Marvel movie to know what it was, or at least try to know what it was. It didn't take itself too terribly seriously, but it also had those moments where it tried to. But at least it was somewhat self-aware. Now, the beginning of the movie was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, the beginning wasn't that great, but man, when Stark gets that suit and fucking shoots Loki for the first time, but the portal opens, he looks up, oh, an army, and then his fucking HUD shifts to the combat mode. Like, dude, that was the perfect fucking, and then it was just epic from then on. When the Hulk comes in, and it was great.
Avengers 1 is great. Infinity War was great, and what was the other one? Fuck, what was the second one called? I can't remember the second one.
I can't either. I was
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
Oh yeah, that one.
It was.
That one sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't. There were some good moments in it though, because like
there's always good moments.
Well, but good moments can make a movie, man. Like the death of Quicksilver. That was good. Like they did that perfect. And then when the girl, I can't Red. No, what the fuck is her name?
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch, thank you. Yeah, Scarlet Witch just fucking goes berserk, and I bet you didn't see that coming, and yeah, that made that movie for me. But yeah, otherwise it was a pretty terrible movie.
I mean, Ultron. This was the first time I ever saw Ultron. I'm like, what is this joke?
I don't know. I like half of the Marvel movies. Let's put it that way.
I don't mind them. Like,
I did not like the new Thor.
There's no good Thor movie. Let's be truthful here.
The first one was okay.
No, I fucking hate any Thor movie you throw at me. I was like, that shit sucks. The dick.
I didn't care for the first one. The first one was just kind of meh.
It was funny.
Well, yeah.
I didn't like them all either. It's true.
I mean, that's the only thing. I say like all the Thor movies suck. I can't name one Thor movie that was actually good.
And I did like Doctor Strange.
I love Doctor Strange. Oh, how could I forget about Doctor Strange?
Because it's Doctor Strange.
No, it's that's the first movie where I said to myself, this movie took CGI special effects and suited it perfectly, made them seamlessly interacted. They never distracted me, which, I mean, and I'm unlike some people, I really get distracted by CGI. I fucking hate it. But to do what they needed to do in Doctor Strange, they needed to use CGI, and they did it in a way where it was flawless. I love Doctor Strange.
That's true.
All those kaleidoscoping,
right, and the magic. Yeah, that was perfectly done. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, the what was the bad guy in Doctor Strange?
I don't know. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
I can't
never
remember.
paid
But
attention.
That
his
guy wasn't really that important though.
no, it wasn't. But his realm, you know, when he goes into his realm, like fuck that was
Dormammu.
Dormammu.
Again.
yeah, man. When he meets Dormammu, like that whole fucking place was amazing.
That
I
was
don't even
super
know
cool.
what Dormammu was. Like he was just some like he kind of looked like a glass dude.
I was thinking about the battle between the bad sorcerer and
Ah,
the
yes.
ancient one when they were floating above the city. Like,
Sure.
super cool. They turned the building into their like dual platform.
Right, and keep rotating it and doing shit like that. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
Dormammu have come the bargain.
man, trying to think of some other recent movies that I loved Passengers. That was a really good recent movie that I liked.
What is Passenger?
That's the one with
Passenger.
Chris something or no, it's not Chris Pine. It's not Hemway. Had that one blonde bitch in it. Fuck. I'm gonna have to grab my phone and look this up.
How could you not know that one blonde bitch?
I know. Well, you'll know her when I say her name.
Patriarchy, you said the word bitch.
And it's got Morpheus. Who the fuck played Morpheus?
Oh,
Lawrence
Lawrence
Fishburne?
Fishburne. Yeah, he was in it for a little bit. Just a little bit though. It's the one where they're stuck in space on the ship where everybody else is asleep.
I mean, that describes a couple movies I could think of.
Chris Pratt, Jennifer Lawrence,
Jurassic World?
Lawrence Fishburne, and Michael Sheen. Yeah, the guy from Jurassic World. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's Chris Pratt, but I don't even know who the hell you're talking about. Like the rest of them.
Jennifer Lawrence,
The one blonde bitch?
the one blonde bitch. Yeah. And Michael Sheen, that's oh, what the fuck is he? You know Lawrence Fishburne. You've seen the Matrix trilogy, haven't you? Or at least one of them.
I've seen the first one and parts of the second
I'm
one.
about to
Don't
make
worry,
you mad
Motherfuckers.
right
there's no
now.
other movies.
I'm about to make you mad right
I
now.
didn't
I've
wanna
never seen
look
The
at ones.
Matrix. I've never seen The Matrix.
Oh, dude, you are fucking
You've
terrible.
never seen the? Oh my!
Watch
Bro,
it.
the Matrix is an amazing movie.
I don't have the time to watch it. That's the problem.
Bull.
You'll
Bull.
make time. You'll
Yeah,
make time.
you will.
What are you doing
Dude,
right
my
now? What are you doing right now?
My schedule is working in Warframe. That's all my schedule is. There's
Oh.
no time for The Matrix.
Did you see the new Tron
They have a new Tron.
I saw that
Tron
new Tron movie.
Legacy.
I thought it was alright.
Legacy?
Oh,
Yeah,
that
I saw
one.
it.
That's
I thought Tron Legacy
the
was
guy
alright.
who plays that crazy white-haired dude. That's Michael Sheen.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I thought Tron was an alright movie.
It was all right. And then Arrival was really good too. I like that one. Those are probably some of my two favorite modern movies within the last few years.
Huh.
Trying to think of some other ones.
What other
Worst
ones are
part-
there?
About work starting is, man, it's going to be real hard to keep our Dungeons and Dragons group going.
I mean, I'm looking for a group to play D&D with for one night.
Yeah, that's gonna suck.
Is there any? Can you like troll around in D&D? Kind of like name characters, kind of dumb shit.
I don't personally like to play that way. Some people enjoy that style. I don't. But I can tell you what, guys. One of these Wednesdays or Fridays, we should play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh Jesus, dude.
Damn.
I can have everything prepared.
Yeah, but
Oh
you know how long that
Go.
would fuck. Like, even if we rolled like a 5-hour stream,
No.
we'd
No,
do
no.
like 10 things, and it wouldn't even, it'd literally be like 3 little fights or so. Yeah.
I could distill it down to an essence, right? I've done it before, dude. I've done one shots that are like high octane and quick, but awesome.
I'm gonna be busy. Yeah. Totally.
All you need to do is show up, and I take care of everything else.
Yeah, busy doing important things.
Shut up, dude. All you do is buy instruments, you fuck.
Uh,
I'm not wrong.
I mean, no.
Ugh. I need another beer. Yeah, no. What Joey was saying about other groups that play D&D though is totally fucking true. Because I was just thinking about this the other day. How what you were saying? It's cool when we do it, but not cool when other people do it.
Yes.
It's so fucking true. Because I remember walking into one of the card shops I used to go to for like Magic the Gathering tournaments, and group of guys playing D&D, and one of them is sitting there and he's rolling because he has a monk, and he's rolling to see where each of his hits lands, and then he's describing like, oh, so I hit him in the shoulder and then the stomach, so I did this kind of jump kick thing where, and it just, God, it was so fucking stupid.
It's cringe, yeah.
Yeah,
You're not a part of it.
cringy as
You're not in.
fuck.
You're out, and that's all that matters. You could be playing a monk the next day and saying, okay, I hit him in the shoulder and the stomach with this jump kick, and it would be the coolest thing, right? Because you're sharing your brain with all the other people at the table, and they can picture it, right? They've made the characters in their mind. You're looking on the outside watching, fuck these nerds playing this bullshit ass game.
Yeah.
You're not fucking wrong, dude.
Yep, it's the way it works, and that's okay. That's all right. It's like, I love D&D. I don't want to hear about you guys playing it. Fuck you.
This is why I just prefer reading the D&D novels, because they're just so much better.
There's only one thing better than reading the D&D novels.
No, it's not.
Playing D&D.
Where the fuck did Blue go?
I don't know.
Where the fuck did I go? To bed. Ha ha ha. All right, night, y'all.
Later, man.
Alright.
Well, I guess since Blue went, it doesn't look
Yeah.
like he's coming back. I mean, shit. Guess that's the end then. Whatever. Almost 2 hours. Ugh. Unless you've got something else to talk about, Trism, or anything you've been
Nothing.
doing lately, or
Trying to think what I've been doing lately. Bunch of stuff you probably wouldn't care about. I found a cool website that's neat. It's for music though, but
of course.
yeah, you can. It's like a, I don't know how to explain it. You could build like chord progressions and stuff. It's pretty neat, pretty cool. It's also good for like I don't know, for teaching people music too.
Right on.
Let's see. I don't know. I've been browsing Reddit lately, seeing what stuff's been going on there.
I like Reddit.
Yeah.
It's a good way to keep up on current events for, games or whatever. I've got a bunch of different subreddits that I keep up with.
Yeah. I'm still thinking of selling some of my instruments. I just don't know where I would go for that. Because part of me doesn't want to use Craigslist because Craigslist is shady. But I'm not sure.
You're not wrong.
Because, I mean, okay. Around here, we have a, I don't know if everyone, like every area has this, but for me at least, there's a website dedicated to sort of think of it like Craigslist. It's almost exactly like Craigslist, but it's specific to this area where I'm at. And I check there every now and then. People are selling like music stuff. Like people are literally selling like full upright, some people even grand pianos. And it's literally just like Craigslist, but it's in this specific area only. And I was thinking of putting some instruments on there, probably getting like a couple $100 for a guitar or something.
Yeah, if you can. I mean,
Yeah.
I use Craigslist all the time.
Yeah.
It is
'Cause
kind of
I'm not-
shady. There's a lot of ghetto people on there. Low ballers. Fucking hate low ballers.
Because part of me, like, okay, a lot of the instruments I have, fair enough. I have way more than anyone needs, but a lot of these were either given to me. Like, a few of them, I think I could think of one, two, a couple of them I could think of that were hand-me-down guitars. So they're just sort of thrown in the pile of instruments that I have, and some of them don't work that well. I'm still trying to look into getting them fixed. I mean, they're not huge issues. Like one of them's an old acoustic that needs a new bridge and saddle. The other one needs just some bridge repair, and that's about it. Just some missing screws, something I could probably order, but little things like that. I was thinking of just getting them, repaired, fixed, and reissued, just probably to put back into the market.
No.
But
Any new
still,
games or anything you've been playing recently?
I picked up Sniper Elite 4. That was pretty fun.
Never been a big fan.
Eh,
Third person.
I don't mind it. I mean, obviously, I just play it because of the actual like bullet cam. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Siege has a free weekend.
I've already got it.
I don't have Siege. I played it once through family sharing, and it just wasn't my game.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. They seem to be wanting to ruin it though.
I've heard.
Yeah. So I don't know. But I only paid like $15, so who gives a shit?
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad game, though I've heard people say otherwise. I've heard people say it's a bad game, but it's fun, so it cancels it out. So, whatever.
Right.
Actually, I'm curious. I remember you were saying something about Overwatch earlier. What were you saying? Like, if it's you said it was dying or something. I'm actually curious about that.
It is. They're one, they're ruining the esports side of it. Blizzard can't balance for the life of them. They never have been able to, ever. Same thing that happened in World of Warcraft where they would buff an underpowered class or spec and then it would become ridiculously overpowered until the next patch when they would buff a different underpowered one and then that one would be overpowered. The same thing's happening with Overwatch.
I thought that was the biggest thing Overwatch got praised for was its balancing.
Oh, they're tripping.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that anybody that says that's out of their fucking minds because vanilla was fairly close. It's the closest it's been. But ever since Ana and triple tank meta, like literally one skill, Ana's grenade caused triple tank meta. Like completely changed the entire structure of the game for competitive and forced every team to run 3 tanks because just one skill had the percentage that it worked just was too high. And it's been the same thing like fucking every time a new hero comes out or like the mercy changes and shit like that. It's always a clusterfuck. So
the only thing I've heard about Overwatch was from a couple of friends who wanted to start their own like pro team or something, and they'd always be playing it. And I assumed it was a fairly okay game. Like there wasn't anything wrong with it. I thought it was still staying alive. I mean, just as
it
much
is
as something like
it's a
CS:GO.
slow decline. It's still popular, and that's the thing. That's going to be the problem is that it's going to take forever to die. But Blizzard, especially now with the anti-toxicity shit and the encouraging players to rat on each other and report them and get them banned and shit like that, like that's just going to be a death spiral that they'll never get out of.
That can be abused in
Exactly.
so many different ways.
Exactly.
I could see it now. People get a bad game, they get mad at the other team, and so they just use that against them.
Well, the worst is ones on your own team where
Oh yeah, sure.
all it takes is one salty person, and they don't heal somebody quite well enough or whatever, and then they get into an argument, and then you report them because they said, well, fuck you or something like that, and oh, there you are, you're banned for a week or whatever. And that shit just keeps going on and on and on until fucking everybody's getting banned for stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, every game that's instituted policies like this, and it's happening now with Rainbow Six, and it happened with League of Legends. Every single game that's implemented some sort of system like this, it's become a death spiral to where it ends up being so fucking toxic that nobody wants to play it.
I haven't really been. I don't know. It's like me playing CS:GO. I'll play CS:GO. I just don't get too like infatuated with it because partly because I know I'm not that good at the game and I'll never be that good, so I just don't take it too seriously. Same thing with Overwatch.
And that's the thing. I could have gotten serious about Overwatch, and I really love the game, and that's why it hits me really a lot harder than other people. It's the same thing. It was the same thing with the new Star Wars. When I watched the first new Star Wars, I saw the beginnings of all the same bullshit that culminated with The Last Jedi, and I was just like, oh well, that's it. It's game over. And so I see the same things happening with Overwatch, and it's just killed my interest for the game. Because why do I want to invest another year or two or however long it limps on, until finally like everybody cool has been banned and fucking the only people left are toxic assholes who ban everybody else. And yeah, so, but
Yeah.
well, all right. Since it looks like Blue is not coming back,
Is he online?
I know it's not as far as I know. I don't think
Huh.
so. Yeah, he's off.
Wow.
So I don't know what I guess he's been having problems with his internet because he said he had a last week I think or something. He said he had a blackout or an internet cutout or something like that. So maybe something happened and he disconnected or whatever. But anyways, looks like that's gonna be all for tonight, guys. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next week. Peace.